We're two hitchhikers. We met while hiking Mount Baldy with mutual friends, wasted no time, got engaged on a frozen alpine lake, got hitched, and have been adventuring together since. We're embarking on a new adventure of living big in a tiny home. Let's see how this goes.
Adventure awaits.
Well, good morning. And it is indeed a good morning because we have much less smoke and you can actually sort of make out the mountain behind us over there. And the sun is not red today. It's actually just a normal blinding sunrise. So that's fantastic. And it's quite chilly, which is why I'm wearing a hoodie. I think we got down to 48 degrees last night. So the weather is kind of shifting a little bit. What I am working on this week is I'm going to attempt something a little bit more involved. What we are in need of is a better couch solution. So I slapped something together. I don't know if you saw the episode back at the end of January, beginning of February, and it's been working great for us, but we need something a little bit more substantial and comfortable. The idea is that we want something that will be flexible, that can turn into a bed in case we have visitors. And we also want something that enables us to sort of recline a bit or just extend our legs as we're sitting down in the evening. So, of course, we've done a lot of research, seeing if there's something that we can just purchase. And there are some great concepts, but the issue is the sizing of where we have the couch sort of situated. It doesn't allow for the full-size day bed trundle kind of option. A regular couch either is too short, it's a love seat, or it's far too long, and we need the door to be able to open. So we're stuck with having to build something, which is not necessarily a bad idea because now we have something custom that we want. That is, of course, assuming that I can get this done properly. So we do have a friend who did suggest by somebody that she knows that did this pull-out couch system for van conversion, and it has been working great. So we revisited that concept, and that is what we're going to be attempting with a few modifications. I haven't found the exact plans for what I'm going to be attempting to do, but I think I can figure this out. So what I need to do this morning is see what lumber, see what wood we have, and make a list based on the measurements I've already created, and then kind of create a shopping list. So first things first is just kind of pulling everything out of the shed and doing inventory. I have taken inventory of everything I think I need, and I may only need to go get 1 or 2 more 2x4s, but I'm going to go ahead and start ripping everything down, planing it and sanding it, and then sort of doing a makeshift put together to see what I actually will need. Currently, I've got 2 4x8 1/4-inch plies. I have 3 2x6s, and then I have 6 cedar planks, and then a couple random pieces that I'm going to fit in. And I've gone ahead and measured everything, and then I've labeled it for what I need because I cannot remember everything in my head because this whole process is very new to me. I've checked my notes. I've checked the online diagrams of what I'm referencing. I've checked my measurements. So I think I'm just going to get started. And well, once again, if I fumble through this, then you'll know what not to do if you ever decide to do any slide out couch for your tiny home or conversion van. I know one of you is kind of thinking about doing sort of a conversion van life thing. So wish me luck. Okay, so here we are. I have I don't know, it's a little bit better than rough layout. So not sure if you can quite visualize it yet. I'll just try to explain it quite briefly. So this is the back of the couch section. I still have to finish that, but what I've been working on is the fitting of these slats down here. So these would essentially slide in and out. And this is going to be the front panel for the front of the part that slides out. And these will be the sides. So yeah, I don't know. So far it's working out. Let's see once I actually start attaching everything together. But I need to sand all of these sides and just make everything nice and smooth. So that's going to take me a while. So I'm not going to be putting anything together today, likely at all. So I just have to do a bunch of boring things. So going to listen to an audiobook and go to town on sanding for the rest of the afternoon. Well, good morning. It is the next morning and our skies are looking better. So I spent yesterday afternoon sanding down the edges and sanding down the faces of all of these things. And I started to finalize the cuts to make sure everything fits a little tighter. So I need to continue doing that this morning. And then hopefully I'll be at a point where I can semi-assemble this. Now I'm on a little tiny bit of a time crunch because we're expecting some rain tomorrow. So I need to sort of get this done today. If not, I have to shove everything back in the shed and then just wait until the rain completely passes to continue this. So we'll see how far I get today. But anyway, it's bright and early and I want to get as much done as I possibly can while it is still kind of cool because, as I've said before, the sun is pretty strong here. So the minute it gets high in the sky, it really beats down on you really hard. So here goes.
I need to cut a hole to account for the electrical outlet, but this hole saw doesn't seem to want to cooperate. I can't figure it out, and I think I did something wrong because I can't detach it from the drill. Well, not much I can do about it now. It's now become a Ruben, fix this item. So I attempt a different method.
Well, it's not the cleanest job in the world, but I think it'll work. I need to sand it. Okay, so this is where we are in the process. I just attached these bottom pieces, not sure the correct term, and that is what this rests on here. So these are the slats that are going to be supporting the couch and the extension. So let's just say this one is going to go here. This will be fixed to the back. This is permanent. It will not move. It will not be attached to this. What will be attached is the next set here. So this is going to be the back part of the sliding portion, and this is going to move back and forth. So far it's working. I am taking my time doing this, but I am pretty happy with how I've been able to sort of figure this out. And like I said, I'm taking my time. And if I can add, I have come quite a long ways from this makeshift couch that I made back in February. So that was right here. And of course, that was never meant to be anything permanent. It was just, we need something to sit on, to be comfortable on at the end of every day. And it's been fantastic. But I've learned a little bit about making things, and I'm impressed with myself, if I can say so myself. Yeah, but I mean, we're not finished yet, so we'll see how this completely pans out. Once I get down to the, final nitty-gritty stuff, I likely will need Ruben's help. But so far, I've been figuring this out all myself, and yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Rather than buying more lumber, I decided to repurpose the lumber from the old couch setup to use as interior frame support for the drawer slide out. All right, I think I'm ready to install these slats. Now, a couple of things that I wanted to point out is I have read a good recommendation on this slider bar that goes back and forth is to create a little bit of a divot here, the same width as the bar it is sliding on. That will enable this to slide a little bit easier and not stick so much to the slats above it. So that is one item that I am implementing. Another piece of advice that I learned about is to bevel the edge of the back part of the sliding slat. That will also enable a smoother, entrance of when it slides over the fixed bar in the back. If I didn't bevel it, it would have a hard surface and it might get stuck a little bit. Now, one other thing is I am placing spacers underneath the slats because the typical depth of one of these slide out couches is going to be for a camper van or a conversion van, so it's not going to be as deep as we have it. Now, this slider bar, I cannot put a brace here in the center, and with the dimensions being a little bit larger, I need to account for any potential sagging. So I just created these spacers. I'm sure you could use a washer, but this will be just fine. So let's get to it. Right, let's see how this works. So what's Ruben been up to?
So, helping out with the fires, there's a lot of things going on, and there's thousands and thousands of people going in and out, getting their things fixed and breaking down. And for a small token of appreciation, I was given this little award for basically being one of the hardest working people there. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, remember this?
That's how you did it. Oh my God.
What did I do?
So So this you got this, and you were supposed to do this.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah, you.
I put it inside.
Oh, yeah. It was like, oh, this piece fits in there. But I don't understand why you took this off.
Because it seemed like a washer and a nut to me. You left me free rein to use all your tools.
Yeah, but put it in the way that it was originally.
I don't know these things.
I know, but it's just like, oh my gosh. See, this works.
It's as natural to me as walking on my hands.
We don't talk about that time you did that. That was weird. But yeah, there you go. I approve. I love this. It's very comfortable. And it's not as squeaky as the last one. It was like...
Well, that wraps up this week's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.